What is up, YouTube? The Dragon here. I'm just gonna talk a little bit here about XPO and the whole acquisition with Conway and all that good stuff. So, as y'all seen from my previous videos, Conway was bought out, or better put, acquisition by XPO Logistics. What I didn't mention was the CEO of XPO, or I guess the leaders of XPO or whatever. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but they didn't want to keep the truckload division, I think, and the freight as well. But the other month, they finalized it that XPO will officially keep truckload and freight. So we're officially part of XPO, which is awesome news, and y'all should be excited about that because XPO has some great things they're trying to accomplish, and I'm glad to be part of that because honestly, I don't want to work for XYZ company. You know, I applied for Conway because I heard it was the best, and you know, right as I got hired on, that's when the whole buyout thing was going on, so I was kind of worried there. But rest assured, we're officially part of XPO, and we are now XPO Logistics. So, as some of you might know or might not know, our CEO is Brad Jacobs, and or Bradley Jacobs, and yeah, he does what his CEO does. You know, they own the company and I guess help run it. Whatever CEOs do. He plans to have us rebranded by the end of the year. So all of us that are still driving around Conway truckload and Conway freight trucks, we should be rebranded by the end of the year. Let's see here. I can't talk about everything, but I had to write notes down. But can't talk about everything. But let's see here. What can I talk about? He wants to have the same name across all the divisions. Like, he doesn't want XPO truckload or XPO freight or XPO whatever the case is. He wants it to be all XPO truckload. all XPO logistics. But I don't know, because I think officially now we're still XPO Logistics Truckload. So I don't know if they're going to redo it or if officially we're still Truckload. I don't know. But from what he said, he wants everything to be XPO Logistics. So that's what I'm going to go by. Let's see here. He aims to be the best in the world. XPO plans to be the best, I guess, freight business or whatever you want to call it, whatever we do, in the world. If you move freight, we want to be the best. Because as y'all know, it's not just, over-the-road truck drivers. You got, regional, local, the intermodal train stuff, all sorts of stuff. It's not just over-the-road truck driving. So it's kind of crazy. This industry is more in-depth than people think. And, it's not just stupid people driving trucks around all day. It's, it's an organization with a bunch of people working together. And, you got the fleet managers and the drivers and, Anyway, before I go on a bigger tangent, let's see, best in the world. As y'all know, XPO... what you will be glad to hear is XPO is like Conway, as where they want to be honest and fair with their employees. And from what I can tell, that's the case. Nothing has changed for me. And then again, I didn't really get much of the Conway experience because I only worked for Conway for about a month before everything switched over. So far so good. Everything is holding up. Everything my recruiter said was true, so I'm hoping those of you that are joining more recently under XPO are finding out that that's the case. Whatever questions you ask, they'll give you an honest answer, and You know, that's the kind of work environment that they're trying to set up. Communication too. Always communicate. You know, I've never had any issues. Every time I have a problem, or I have, you know, some kind of concern, I have to call them. You know, that they've always helped me or answered my question, or you know, whatever the case is. Just communicate with them. You know, I was stuck in a snowstorm a few weeks ago, as y'all saw, and they were just like, okay, just let us know when you can drive again. You know, and that's the kind of place I want to work for. A big thing is they want to respect drivers and our safety. So I just kind of pointed that out. You know, I was stuck in snow. I couldn't drive. I called them up and let them know, and they were like, okay, just let us know when you can drive. And that right there just says tons about the company. You know, a lot of these places, they call you up like every 30 minutes. Hey, can you move yet? Hey, why aren't you moving? Blah, 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 blah. You know, maybe some people like being called every 30 minutes. I don't. Me, that'll piss me off. But, you know, I'm lucky they put me up with a team. You know, they just give me my work assignment and let me do it. If I'm going to run late for any problem, you know, like traffic or whatever, I can call them up and let them know, hey, you know, I'm stuck in a snowstorm, can't go anywhere. And they're like, okay. But I like working, and my on-time record outweighs my being late record. I try to be early. You know, I'm never on time. I'm always early. But Mother Nature happens, accidents happen, shit happens. So, gotta communicate that with them. I've never had any issues with it. But yeah, they give me my work assignment and I go. And they leave me alone. So they set me up with the right, I guess, team of people to work with. You know, other drivers, I guess everyone's different, you know. We're all different. Some people, like I said, might like being called every 30 minutes or whatever the case is, whatever you like. But I don't like that too much. So I've been lucky enough to be set with a team where, you know, they give me to work, I get it done. You know, it's like they say, the fleet managers or the planners make the promises, and we as the drivers have to fulfill the promise or succeed the promise. And there's a saying I learned when I worked at Office Max: under promise, overachieve. So I always try to do that with, you know, everything I do. You know, if they ask me what time I can get there, I'm gonna say 12 o'clock, and I'm gonna aim to get there by 10. You know, that's just how you should roll. But yeah, that's about it as far as the XPO stuff goes. Just wanted to give y'all some reassurance that everything's a-okay, and you know, everything's still rolling smooth. As you can see, I'm still out here working. It's been a little bit slower past couple weeks, but I guess freight's just kind of slow right now. But I haven't been working long enough to really make my spreadsheets and kind of evaluate which months I get to work and which months I don't get work. And me taking time off, you know, recently hasn't really helped much. But, you know, once I'm with the company a little bit longer, I can get a baseline on what months are higher, what months are lower, and I'll take my time off in the lower months. Which is a smart thing to do. Take notes. But yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about. That's all I really had written down. Everything's still cool, and I guess for this, maybe one of the next figured out videos I'll make is about planning. It'll be a longer video, just kind of giving you the rundown about how I plan for my trips, and what might help you guys out with that. But this video is getting a little bit long, so I'm gonna cut it off here. And as always, somebody had a question about pay scale. So yeah, pay scale is pretty much basically the same. If you want more information, you can go to wedrivexpo.com, and there's an option under there somewhere about pay and or benefits, and it's under benefits, and that'll better explain it better than I can anyway, because that shows like a little graph or something. But I'll just explain the gist of it. It's just like pay is almost like, it's like a tier. It's set up in tiers. And once you hit a certain tier, you get a raise in pay. You don't have to ask for a raise, it just automatically happens. Once you hit that certain tier, boom, you get paid that amount. And then, you know, you got to work your way up to the next tier. So it's almost like levels in a video game. You know, you reach level 1, and then you get, as you get more experience, you get level 2, level 3, you know, same concept. Obviously, once you get within your first year, you'll max out. I mean, you should if you like working, you should max out within your first 9 months. And then once you hit that ceiling, you still get incremental raises, but they take longer to get to. But that's just how the pay scale works. Go to the website and that'll give you more, you know, concrete numbers to go by. I don't want to give y'all any wrong numbers. Or just call the XPO number and talk to a recruiter. They'll tell you. But yeah, it's getting dark. I'm going to get ready to go to sleep. So, as always, be safe out there and be water, my friends.